There's a reckoning right now about parents. Parents do have an important role. Look, my father did nothing that any of the gentle parenting, any of the new age stuff. Fathers are told and have been told for a long time, they don't really matter. It's, the village is gonna raise your kid. The village didn't raise me, the village crushed me, and it was my dad who championed me.
Saved you.
Saved me. And that's a whole different story than what's being told in America right now.
Very interesting point.
There's a whole spectrum of parenting that couldn't tolerate children being uncomfortable. What I sometimes call the wah-wah-wubsy culture. You can't say anything against my neurodiverse child because they're neurodiverse, therefore a protected class. And then you don't do anything for that kid except sort of defend them rather than help them manage and grow with this particular biology. And that is a horrible way to raise human beings.
I think that there are insights that we can draw from Leland and his experience that are applicable to other folks who are like him. But I think it is also fair to say that we should not say that this book is a blueprint for every autistic person. Autistic people can have really significant challenges that impact their ability to, communicate or interact or even, be safe in their daily life. And, those folks often require 24/7 care.
On the other side, there are maybe as much as 30% of neurodiverse children with autistic spectrum who will outgrow it in one manner or another. And it seems to me that if we can identify them and challenge them, we will help them.
But in this book, this is a story in some ways about his parents taking a risk. They don't have him adopt his autism label despite having him assessed young, meaning even in terms of getting services through education, right? He's not labeled in school. And that is kind of complicated, right? Because our services exist for a reason. They exist to help people who need them. They're really, really important for a lot of people. Labels can give you a sense of identity. They can help you figure out who you are and give you some roadmaps. But in this book, it's a story about motivation, right? And thinking about what are the things that motivate him and trying to let those motivations lead and drive him and his story.
It's actually a great model for what's called rapprochement, which is that ability to go out into the dangerous world, giving that child the gift of failure, which we protect kids from. It's a gift. Bringing them back for the refueling and the repair. That's parenting. That's the job. And if you can do that effectively, if your kid is actually able to get from you what he or she needs, things are going to turn out great.
I think what's happened over the last 30, 40 years is that our sense of possibility for autistic people has grown. When Leland was young, the view of what autistic people can be was pretty narrow and scary for parents. So, yeah, in the 80s and 90s, Rain Man was the cultural representation of autism that existed. It was by far the most prominent one. Now, thanks to many people who are known in the media, now including Leland in this book, right? That sets the bar for what future people can see and can do with that label. The idea that a field that's about communication, journalism, can be a place that an autistic person can succeed and thrive is a really important model and lesson for many people.
I grew up with autism. It was hell.
He's able to both burrow in on a topic and learn really deeply about a thing, but then also kind of not get deterred when trying to press somebody for an answer.
Trump ran the same playbook in 2017, 2018. The American economy was roaring. It's why he got reelected in 2024.
It's a somewhat new insight that comes out of this book about one of the many ways that autistic strengths can be leveraged for professional success.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.